Let me start with something honest. Most side hustle advice is written for 28-year-olds. High risk, high energy, high volatility, and high stress. And if you're over 60, like me, that's not what you're looking for. You're not trying to crush it. You're not trying to work 80 hours a week. You're not trying to bet your savings on something unpredictable. You want stability. You want something that doesn't require physical strain. You want something that doesn't jeopardize Social Security. You want something that can quietly add income without adding chaos. Today, I want to show you why children's books may actually be one of the safest side income options available after 60. Not the flashiest, not the fastest, but possibly one of the safest. And at this stage of life, safety matters more than excitement. Let's compare the options honestly. I want to walk through 5 common retiree side hustles and compare them on 5 factors: startup cost, physical strain, learning curve, income volatility, and risk to your Social Security. Let's go one by one. Real estate. Startup cost is high. Even if you invest passively, you need capital. If you flip properties, you need significant capital. Physical strain. Managing properties is work. Tenants, maintenance, emergencies. Learning curve is steep. Laws, contracts, financing structures. Income volatility. Market dependent. Interest rates shift. Housing cycles shift. Social Security risk. Rental income is generally different from earned income, but if you actively flip houses as a business, it can certainly complicate things. Real estate can be powerful, but it's not low risk for someone who wants calm. Stock trading. Startup cost, whatever you invest, but the risk is your capital. The physical strain is low physically, but high emotionally. The learning curve is massive, and even professionals lose. Income volatility is extreme. Market swings are normal. Social Security risk. Capital gains and investment income are generally treated differently, but if you're trading as a business, this changes. Trading is not stable income. It is speculation. Flipping items like garage sales, eBay, or marketplace. The startup cost is lower than real estate, but inventory still requires cash. Physical strain, driving, lifting, listing, shipping, meeting buyers, packing boxes. The learning curve is moderate, but trends shift constantly. The income volatility, it's very unpredictable. You only earn when you find deals and then sell them. The Social Security risk, if treated as self-employment, earnings count. This is active income disguised as a side hustle. If you stop flipping, the income stops. Driving gigs, Uber, DoorDash, etc. The startup cost is the vehicle depreciation, the gas, and the insurance. Physical strain, high, long hours sitting and night driving. Learning curve, low to moderate. Income volatility, it's algorithm-based. Rates change, incentives disappear. Social Security risk, this is earned income. It can affect your benefit thresholds before full retirement age. Driving gigs are jobs, they're not assets. Affiliate marketing and social media. The startup cost is low. You have to invest some money. You have to invest a lot of time. Physical strain, it's low physically but high mentally. The learning curve is very high. Content creation, algorithms, ads, funnels, all of these add to what you need to learn. Income volatility. This is extreme. Algorithm updates can wipe out your traffic overnight. Social Security risk. If income is earned and active, it counts. This model depends heavily on platform rules you do not control. So let's step back. Notice something? Every one of those requires either physical energy, large capital, constant activity, market timing, or algorithm dependency. So let's talk about children's books. Why are children's books structurally different? Startup cost is very low. You can use free tools. You don't need inventory. You don't need warehouse space. You don't need employees. You can create a digital file, upload it to a print-on-demand platform. The book prints only when someone orders it. The physical strain, minimal. You're not lifting boxes. You're not driving at night. You're not chasing tenants. You're not looking constantly for deals. The learning curve is moderate, but it's structured, especially with simple formats like ABC books, counting books, coloring books, shape books. These are not 300-page novels. They're simple, structured educational formats. The income volatility is much lower once a small catalog is built, which is why I always say build a series. One book may earn modestly. 5 to 10 books begin to smooth out your income. 15 to 20 books creates consistency. It's not about a one-hit wonder. It's about a predictable collection. Social Security risk, book royalties are generally treated differently from wages. It's not a driving gig. It's intellectual property income. You control the output. You're not dependent on trending dances. You're not dependent on viral posts. You're not dependent on paid ads to survive. Yes, Amazon has algorithms, but children's educational books are search-based. Parents search for counting books for toddlers, ABC books for preschoolers, farm animal counting books. They're not browsing entertainment. They're looking for tools. That is structurally more stable. So let's bring this home. This is what most people miss. A simple counting book can exist on Amazon for years. Years. No warehouse, no boxes in your garage, no customer service, no shipping labels. It just sits there. And when someone searches and buys, it prints, it ships, and you receive a royalty. You create it once, it sells repeatedly. That's an asset, not a shift, not a gig, not a hustle, an asset. And you can build 5 of them, or 10, or 20, each small, each simple, each predictable. This is not exciting. It's stable. And stability is underrated. Here is where most retirees get stuck. They think, can I write a book? That's the wrong question. The correct question is, can I follow a system? This is not about creativity. It's about structure. Pick a format, apply a template, build a small catalog, 5 books, then 10. You're not trying to become famous. You're building quiet digital shelves. And once those shelves are stocked, they work in the background. This is what I teach. Not one book, not chasing trends, but systems. Because after 60, you're not chasing the fast money. You're protecting your energy. You're protecting your peace, and you're protecting your stability. Children's books, especially simple educational formats, offer one of the few side income paths that checks all these boxes. Low overhead, low strain, it's a digital asset, it has a long lifespan, and it's search-based demand. So if you want excitement, there are louder options. But if you want stability, this deserves your serious consideration. If this resonates for you, the next step is not to rush out and write something random. The next step is to understand the system, how to structure the book, how to build a small catalog, how to think in predictable formats, because stability is not created by luck. It's created by structure, and that's exactly what I focus on. If you want to learn how this system works, I'll be glad to show you the framework. No hype, no overnight promises, just a stable, repeatable way to build digital assets that quietly supplement your income. That's the goal, not hustle, stability. Go to chasethebutterfly.com now and download my free children's book series starter kit and see what you think. I'll see you next week.